Okay, from the words of Logan. The party is currently in the White Spire, and they are trying to attempt to scry on the dragon. Tobio said the spire itself is having trouble locating the dragon because they only had secondhand knowledge. Click is capable of casting 5th level spells and could do it with a lower save because he has met the dragon. We will tune in the crystal observatory in the spire.
Okay. Um, Using your notes is fair. But there was one thing that we kind of glossed over, which was when Click cast banishment on the sword. Katia was holding the sword, and Katia, you've always felt like this. It's like this in the back of your mind, this warm, pleasant sensation when you held the sword, and that feeling has vanished.
How did I get the sword back?
So, uh, there when Katia the player wasn't here, uh, Click, being fully rested, used removed curse on Meepo.
Uh huh.
Meepo, not wanting the sword at all, immediately chucked it.
Uh huh.
Katia's like, "No, that's a good sword." And picked it up. Didn't attune, just picked it up because it was a valuable sword. Of course, the party protested that,
Uh huh.
and Meepo said, like, "Get rid of it." And then Click tried to get rid of it the best way he knew how, with banishment.
I agree with that process. Okay.
So Katia,
Yeah.
um, slight tune in. After Click cast banishment on the sword, and you no longer felt that familiar presence that you had whenever you were using it,
Okay.
you and Click left the party to make your way to the White Spire while they are discussed about what to do. Um, as Click and Katia went through the streets, Katia was able to witness the marching soldiers leaving Waterdeep in their rank and file military march, doing that familiar chant. Uh, got, um, I've got witnesses here, so I'm not sure I'm too comfortable with the chant I was going to do. Hope, hope,
Uh-huh.
Hope's over there.
That's okay.
But it would have like a bunch of call and answer to it, with blaring a trumpet at the beginning of every verse. Uh, the gist of it would be the captain would call out water deep, and then the rank and file soldiers would answer with eternal legion, eternal victory, uh, marching through. And then they talked about all the various lands that you guys had that the water deep has occupied, uh, from the plains of Amen down here all the way to the northern reaches of Silvermoon up here, you know, all fitting into a song. Katia, you see a few familiar faces in the crowd, but they do continue to march on. There's this elderly dwarf woman with flecks of gray in her hair. You can see as the signs of age have caught up to her in these 30 years, but she still looks like full of energy and ready to fight, as well as a fairly tall green dragonborn who seems to be leading a larger company of men than you would have expected them to.
Okay.
Uh, Eventually, as you guys make your way through the city, you end up at the White Spire and are uh, led throughout the tower as you search for Maze. Maze is not presently available, but they will get to you soon, with more information about what they found out about the necklaces. And that is when you are then led to the scrying room, where you come into contact with the rest of your party. It has been explained to you that the White Spire has been trying to help locate the Mythalar and the dragon that took it, but they're having trouble. and that's where we start.
Biggest downside is,
Huh?
I think biggest downside is that Chris isn't here.
Yeah, no, I hope he's
Yeah.
okay. That was a
Get our cleric.
it was a real sudden shift.
Yeah.
Does anyone have his sheet, by the way?
No, I don't think I have an updated sheet.
Nope.
Tobio is the one who is talking to you guys in this room. You see like bits of astronomy equipment. There looks to be telescopes made of brass and like polished glass. Looking around, but there's also like crystals that are in various stages of a refinement process. You see, like towards one end of the room, they're rough cut minerals, and then as it gets further down the line, they get further polished and smoothed over and made spherical. Uh, Katia, you see an orb that looks fairly similar to what, like in luminescence, to what Click used before to cast Scry.
So there's an orb that is a similar to what he would use to scry with.
Yes. It's like you have all kinds of delicate equipment surrounding you guys right now. It's still the circular room of a White Spire room that you guys have been in up and down this whole thing so many times today. But as the rooms change, always the purpose changes. It's like instead of couches like the receiving room, this room is long benches stacked with all kinds of tools and crystals and such, with some of them that look like the could be used for scrying.
Okay, this is a weird question from Katya, but do you need to know the scrying spell to use one of those?
Tobio says, yes. I mean, technically, you can use the scroll, but you have to be technically capable of casting it in the first place.
Which I don't think I am.
Not me.
So we have to rely on Click.
Click chimes in. Yeah, I know Scry. I can do it.
Cool.
Have fun, buddy.
Click pulls out this very ornate looking bowl. He says, like, I'm going to use this one this time. As he pulls out some like silver essence water and pours it in and begins to spin it around. The Tobio is looking very interested in this because, there's a bit of scientific curiosity going on right there. Sorry, I had to belch. So can I have one of you roll a d20 for me?
Yep.
You want to roll low?
15.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I don't know what Chris's spell save DC. It's like it really stinks that he's not here. I hope he's okay.
He made a post and it didn't sound great.
No, it did not. And like the thing that makes me the most concerned is he was asking me like game questions right before that.
Oh. So it's a sudden thing.
Yeah. Let me look up Scry real quick. Let me see if there's any negs that go on here. Because I think that's part of it. You can see. So you have met the target. I wouldn't say that you guys know them well.
Did we fight them?
he showed up, you talked for a minute, and you gave him the stuff.
Oh, that's right. Can we scry on the orb that we gave him? It's not an orb, but you know what I mean.
A creature that is on the same plane of existence as you. Okay. So not an object, but maybe you can get more specific with it. Click. As he pans over the water, you see him drift his eyes downward. Drift his eyes downward towards the water, and he seems to be lost in some kind of trance for a moment. Before he comes back and says, "I'm sorry, I just saw a bunch of clouds, and the vision didn't really clear up before then. I mean, maybe I saw a tree, but that's the best I got."
A tree. Revealing.
Fair enough. I
We
wonder
must
if we,
simply find a tree.
I wonder if we give up on the dragon and sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm wondering if we give up on the dragon and just hope things don't go poorly.
Some of us have already
What
fought
could
for
go
that.
wrong?
I'm just thinking in best terms. Because we're exhausting our resources.
Yeah, some of us were.
Oh, what
already
would you
for
rather
the
be doing?
dragon.
I swear to God.
Tell
if you
me
say
how to
go,
find
go,
the
go,
dragon, and I will hopefully track down the dragon and fight.
Scrying. Scry. Scry, slave, scry.
Well, I can try again tomorrow, says Click.
You shall sleep now.
No, like, there's.
What are you doing, Laura?
It's like I can't do it again for another 24 hours. Like, on the dragon itself. That's part of the
Oh.
spell.
Well, that was a very long rest. Okay. I don't know. Any better ideas? Anything else you'd rather do?
But it's just, I don't know.
I don't know what else you want to do. I swear, if you say go fight in a war,
No, I don't. I don't want to fight in a war. We could go back to that school. Was it a school? It was not a school. That research lab and yell at them again.
it's a
All
long
the
way
way
away.
to the desert.
That's
Yeah.
literally like days away.
I know.
Tobia says, technically, if you guys could make accurate ruins, we could do it
Well, we could.
now.
What do you want to do there? I mean, do you really want to go harass these people in the desert?
I don't know. I'm feeling very lost. I'm feeling very stuck. And Laura does not know where her crochet kit is.
Are there D&D therapists for Laura?
Huh?
Are there therapists in this world for a lost Laura? Or
It's a good question.
Oh, I get it now.
she's feeling very lost and stuck in life? How unfulfilled she must live.
You know, I
Ignore-
think Meepo's making a joke, but maybe he's onto something.
Haha.
It's like
What?
maybe we should.
Am I?
No.
You know, we come back to Waterdeep a lot, right? Says
Yeah.
Click.
Do we?
Are
The
there?
second time we've been here, I think. Third.
No, we come back to Waterdeep a lot. Like, we even know what taverns we like to stay at. We're always at Beetles and Bobbles.
So, are there any places for Serenita here?
No. Unless you count the Druid Tree.
That might work. Says Click. Serenita tends to favor high up open air places, so if we get their permission, maybe they'll let me cast a sanctuary word of recall there. Just something to do today. See, how many of us are there? There's me. There's Meepo, Levi, Katya. He looks at the new person. What's your name again?
Oh, not me. it's the
Oliver?
other person.
Oliver. Okay, sorry, I forgot your name, Oliver.
Shame.
Okay, yeah, I know I forgot your
Sorry,
name.
I'm just being.
No
I'm
need to
just
be
being really quiet
rude.
listening to the story.
Click gets a little huffy. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. No need to shut me out. Let's see. That's 4 and me. So that's 5. If Maze was gonna go with us, that's 6. That's all we could bring. Maybe.
Are we legit considering going? Where are
Well,
we going?
no, this would be more of a return than a go. Because, like, if I was to set up a word of recall sanctuary in the Druid tree, as long as everyone is next to me, when I cast it again, we would all be teleported back.
Oh, this is an amazing idea.
Yeah. Or I could. Well, no, wait. I gotta wait.
Where do you want to teleport us to?
Well, like, let's say we're in a situation where we're about to die.
This line of work creates many of those.
Fair enough.
Click just casts a spell, and bam, we're back in Waterdeep and not in the deadly situation.
Yeah, and all of you need to get real close to me before I do it because it's a very small area that I can affect. Like 5 feet. I need to be able to basically reach out and touch you if I can.
Dan, okay.
Oh boy.
Bring it in. Big hug.
Yep.
Well, couldn't hurt to set up, I guess. Why not?
It can't hurt to set up. You're right.
But okay, still, what's our plan? Are we gonna wait another 24 hours? I guess.
Well, I mean, there's other stuff we can do while we wait for me to scry again, or the White Spire can keep trying to scry. Every
I need
time.
to buy a sword.
I thought I fixed your sword.
You banished my sword.
No. So the sword never actually. The banishment only removes the feeling that you had with it. Whenever you felt like hot under the collar, like extra aggressive when you
I
had
thought
the
it
sword.
just like up and got rid of my sword.
Nope, that's what they thought was going to happen, but the sword was fine.
I misunderstood.
No, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the little box?
So yeah, we can set up a sanctuary. Maybe we can talk to Maze, see what they're at. They said they would find us eventually.
They'll find us eventually.
Well, I mean, like that's the message I got. This Maze was currently busy, uh, and that they would come find us with some information that they learned.
Okay, well, I guess we can do that. In the meantime, keep scrying.
Do they know to find us here?
Yeah, yeah. They are a uh scholar here. So like we sent a message. They'll find us, I think.
All right. We'll try it. Guess we wait.
You don't have to wait long, as here. Before Oliver, you've never seen this person before. A very androgynous, confusingly so, androgynous half elf character comes through and into the scry room. Oh, hello. It's like new person. Who hello, everybody else? Glad you're all rested. Who's this person?
My name's Oliver.
Hi, Oliver. Do we trust Oliver?
Well, he's your replacement for the time being.
He is not. Actually, did we
Nope.
Did we verify that he isn't the sorcerer out to kill us?
Nope.
I side eye Oliver.
Would you YOLO this?
I'm sorry, who's the what now?
Used to create colors
Well,
on
that's
television
just
and
Siri
computer
deciding to
screens.
talk to
Yellow is a
me.
secondary color.
Shut up, Siri.
Don't worry about it, Oliver. Don't worry about it.
Click did give a side eye to Oliver, but is since letting it slide.
If it happens, it happens.
You see, Click
I tried snapping my fingers to see if anything happens.
Click turns his back slightly. You see that similar light to the scry spell going on. John, can you roll a d20 for me? Click is silent. Click looks back. He's not the sorcerer.
Oh, good.
Okay. Good to know.
All right, we can trust Oliver.
We can trust that he's not the sorcerer, says Levi.
That's good enough for me right now.
Yeah. I wonder what Oliver's clicking. A sorcerer would have been able to manipulate the dice roll higher. Yeah, they could have.
We don't know that you rolled dice.
Perhaps you were rolling for the sorcerer.
Ho, 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 ho.
Anyway. So, if Oliver is good for information, then you should all come with me to my private area.
To your private area. Although I have to say phrasing.
Maze ignores you as they walk out of the room. Hold the door open, leads you guys outside, walks you around the building to walk you back inside. It's a completely different room again. This room is rounded like everything else. Very neatly made, everything, with a bed that has, proper tucked in hospital corners, stacks of books arrayed on a shelf, both by color, size, author, and height. And you see an open sketchbook with lots of scribbled drawings. I should be better at voices so that way you guys know when I am in character. And propped
Yeah.
up against the wall, unmoving, is this towering automaton. Oliver, this is the first time you've ever seen one in person. Everyone else recognizes this to be Sobek, but the blue glow of his eyes is not there, and it is just a blank stare.
Maze, what have you done with Sobek?
I can't get him to wake up. It's
Do you
like,
think it's because we destroyed the city?
I don't know. It's like, honestly, we don't know that much about automata. It's like, and I've swapped out every Mythalar we were able to grab.
Didn't he say he was made to protect the city?
I think that's right. I think it was the city or a tomb or something.
So, have we accidentally destroyed him by giving the dragon that thing?
I don't know.
Katya goes into an existential crisis.
Look, I mean, he's from what my notes reveal, I think he's fine. But I can't turn him on is all the thing.
Okay.
It's like I think it's something wrong with his core inherently. You look at the piece in the center of his chest that's very, very similar to the one in the middle piece of Katya's armor. It's like
Oh,
it is extremely dull.
what if we take him to the fire giants?
I
It's a
will.
long ass way away.
Yeah,
And
Meepo,
we didn't leave on the best terms.
Meepo's right. That's 2 weeks out.
They do dislike us. I believe we were threatened not to come back, if I recall.
What did you guys do?
Nothing.
Okay. So
Kat-
somebody decided that a tea party was not a good idea, and then to lie to the king of the fire giants.
Nothing.
May's jaw drops.
It wasn't me who lied.
Maze looks around the room.
You're correct. It wasn't you.
Eyes fall on Click and Levi, who have not said a word. Click kind of does a look over look. Not-
Is Katya's salt real? Yes. Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Katya's is.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Katya.
Huh? No. Somebody's out of bed that needs to go to bed.
Get out the Samuel L. Jackson book.
No. Try not to swear. Okay.
Should I stop
They
swearing?
won't. They don't even understand what it means, though.
Exactly. So
headphones on.
they repeat it.
Wait, do you mean the children, Eric?
Yes.
If he starts now, they'll never stop.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
got
like,
headphones on. They can't hear us anyway.
they can't hear you guys, but I can't break out the Samuel Jackson book, is what I mean.
Ow.
Anywho, where was I?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Can't turn him on. Similar piece. Mouth open. Katya's super salty. Levi's just kind of like not paying attention, starts flipping through the books.
Whistling.
Okay, then. Great. Well, the White Spire doesn't have a program in the Moonshae Isles, so if we are ever going to, I am going to keep your involvement in all this under the table.
That's fair.
How did you guys make it out alive, lying to the king?
Oh, we gave him Mythalar.
There was Mythalar there?
Maybe.
It's not. It's fine if they have it. It's like I'm not gonna be mad at you guys, but they do have some.
We may have almost died diving to the bottom of the ocean to get some. Yes.
Good times.
There's we have a track record for almost dying for some Mythalar
Repeatedly.
and having to turn it over to somebody to not kill us.
Repeatedly.
You
I
see,
don't like
Maze.
that track record.
Maze walks over to a book, pulls it out. I think I know the shipwreck that you were diving for.
Yes.
Neat. Click. Not click, but flip the book close. You know how when you have that forcible snap?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they put the book back. Anyway, so what I did find out as they pull another book off the shelf, flips through the pages, click. Your necklace, I think it can be fixed.
He has
Wait.
been hoping for that.
Fix the necklace.
It's amazing how many times a little person needs to use the bathroom.
I have a tiny bladder.
They used the
Sure.
bathroom 10 minutes ago.
I know, Logan. I'm sorry.
No, I get what they're doing. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing. It's
Been
like,
there, done that.
yeah. I imagine that it will repeat for ad infinitum.
I'm sure they're almost old enough to grow out of it. Maybe.
They might hit a point where they enjoy sleeping. I hit a point where I enjoyed sleeping.
I do it now.
I say that, but I still don't go to bed, sleep enough.
Well, I enjoy sleeping, but I also want to do other things because my schedule is so limited.
Yep.
Yep.
If only I could stop time when I wanted to sleep.
So, I think we gathered up enough pieces and given enough time, we might be able to fix that necklace. Bit of meta knowledge because this has been explained to you guys before. Just a reminder, this is an amulet of the plains.
Yep.
It's currently broken, and it randomly teleports you 100 feet in a certain direction.
In a certain direction or in a random direction?
It randomly teleports you in 100 feet.
So possibly into walls and things.
How many Mythalar do we have?
What's the
Or is
count?
there a clause that will not stick you in a wall or the
What's-
ground?
What's the count?
I have a count of 1, but I feel
One.
like that's wrong.
So you guys had that whole bag, didn't you?
Yeah. Did I not update my stuff correctly?
Was Katya the one carrying it?
You would think. I can't promise that Levi isn't the one currently carrying it. My notebook is not by me. I'll make sure to check my notebook later.
No, you're good. So it may take some time, and like I know this is probably like beating a dead horse, but I'll need you guys, if you're patient, we should be able to fix it in a week or so.
Cool.
It's like,
How many Mythalar do we need for it?
oh, well, we have enough here.
Oh.
So you can keep your 1, for unless you want to donate it for
No.
science.
Does
Okay.
Katya believe in science?
Does Katya believe in science?
Well, Katya is religious, but I feel like
Science a
she's
thing?
like magic advancement.
Okay.
Sir, have we gone through the Enlightenment yet?
Is it ethical or unethical? Did
We
we
had
collect our
Enlightenment
payment?
in D&D world.
Yes, they gave you the money.
Okay.
They paid you a bit some money up front, and you got to keep all of the just straight up coins.
Okay. I have this note of ornate helm and armor in parentheses, collect payment from White Spire.
Yeah, it's like you guys get to keep that.
Ah,
It's like once they determine that it's just ornate armor,
gotcha.
it'll be valuable, but not actually not
I understand.
they'll study it, get what they want out of it, then you can keep it.
I understand.
Okay. So yeah, we've made some progress in the time we've been back here. I am a little worried about Sobek. He would be a great primary source, assuming that he's capable of remembering what it was like.
I'd like my friend back.
Maze just nods their head.
Thanks for
But-
trying, Maze.
I am, and I'm gonna keep going. It's like that's the whole point of the White Spire. It's like so we keep on learning. I'm excited. It was and wasn't a successful trip. They have not found the dragon yet, from what I've heard.
No.
Click chimes in. When I attempted to scry on it, I did see a tree.
This is true. We did see it. Click did see a tree.
Was it a significant tree?
It was
Maze,
not an insignificant tree.
it was oak, says Click.
Ooh.
Of normal size and structure?
I mean, there wasn't much to tell about it
Tell you what, when you find
relative to
it,
other things.
we'll stand you next to it, and then you
Oh,
can tell
damn.
us if it's of relative size.
It's like there was no banana.
Ha. Ha.
Uh-huh. Shame.
Yeah. Well, I am glad to hear that the necklace will be fixed soon. I think there's some things I need to take care of before I go home, though.
Yeah?
You guys weren't able to understand the gargoyles, but the one who threw me through the portal and stranded me here, they confirmed that he is on this plane, and he is working for Emerith. I want to get some resolution before I go back.
And we have your back?
Thank you. I appreciate that. In the meantime, I just wish I was more useful and like that scrying would have revealed more.
Well, there's always tomorrow, I guess, unless this thing, does some super evil shit the next 24 hours. Kills us all,
All of us would be quite a feat.
Hey, he's got a big fucking Mythalar.
He does. With a lot of souls in it.
What if it could blow up? Okay, is this a
D&D.
D&D nuke? Is
Base.
Baldur's Gate level of nuke?
Well, hold on now. I haven't played the game yet, and I'm still considering it.
Wait, I haven't played it either.
Fine.
Like I've got exactly $60 in my Steam account that I'm
Ooh.
waiting waiting for a sale to use.
Oh, that's gonna be a long time.
I know.
It's worth it. Worth the wait.
How'd you know? You didn't play either. You said.
You're right. You're right. But it sounds very good, and I think not spending the whole $60 is worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like I get maybe an hour to play games a week that isn't like that is
Okay.
like single player.
So you say it'll last you for years?
Yes.
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 Anywho, where was I? I keep distracting. Okay, Maze chimes in. It's like as far as I know, I'm not a perfect expert. I don't think it could be turned into a bomb. It is a huge reservoir of energy, but having a way to turn it outwards would be.
Detonate it.
How do you detonate though? How do you detonate it?
Break it?
Have you ever tried to break a Mythalar?
I don't know.
No, and I don't want to.
For the sake of magical discovery, it has been attempted a few times. It's not easy.
This is good to know.
What happens when it breaks?
It's not quite an explosive, but strange things happen. It's like you remember the gravity anomaly with the spectral fish?
Yeah.
Kind of stuff in that vein. Stuff gets weird,
It's weird.
but it's like it won't end the world. Because like I remember the size of that spear, and it might mess up most of the Sword Coast, but it'll be weird instead of
So it's an
gone.
atomic bomb, not a nuke.
You're using words I don't understand.
Okay.
Anyway, it would be bad if they were able to break it, but one, it's not easy. And if I had to guess, I don't think that's their plan with it. Because why would you steal something just to break it?
Because
Prevent other people from using it.
bombs.
Okay, so that just raises more questions. Like,
Yeah.
who would the dragon want to keep it away from? Wait a minute. That dragon wasn't Emerith. At least that's what Guide said.
No, you said it worked. They were working for Emirates, right?
No, Meepo. The gargoyle that sent me, says Click, to this plane is working for Emerith.
Oh, yes, that is correct.
Maze said Guide confirmed that the dragon that took the Mythalar is not Emerith.
Right.
Not a dragon they have seen before.
So the dragon's working for Emerith.
If it's working for Emerith, then why did it went in the wrong direction when it flew off?
Okay.
Because it went to Reveska. It didn't go to her maze.
They went to another plane.
Katya cannot spell.
That's another weird part. How did a dragon planar travel? This is
That massive stone.
Dragons can't do that?
no, dragons can learn spells.
You know?
It's very rare for them to learn spells.
Like he didn't have a giant reserve of magical energy on hand.
It's fair. I don't know. We do need to find this dragon, and more importantly, we need to find the Mythalar. Because at best, stuff is gonna get weird.
Cool. Cool. So focus on finding the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a word with Anson at some point. It's like, there's a reason why he left the college on sabbatical. It's like, I can't believe I bought that.
Sabbatical, sure.
Yeah.
Just to dabble in a little necromancy.
Click says necromancy?
Well, I figured that's what that fusion magic was.
I don't think we saw any necromancy.
Isn't that what that fusion stuff was?
You mean the transmutation but with the conjuration stuff?
I don't know what kind of magic that is. Whatever.
No, Click says like I'm not particularly studied in arcane works. It's more divine. And there's certainly nothing divine going on in there. Says Maze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Serenetta did tell us it was unethical. And yet, it would help people.
Matter of perspective. It's none of our business.
Either way, we'll deal with that in a minute. So, if you do find more Mythalar, maybe bring him back here just in case we can restart Sobek.
Yes.
And it was very fun going into the field with you all.
This sounds like goodbye, Maze.
I
No,
don't know. It
like
sounds
Maze-
like you weren't very happy with us. I don't think you were having a very good time from the sound of things.
Well, Maze is like twiddling their fingers on a
Yes.
piece of paper right now.
Some of us, Meepo, are not very welcoming to people who did not start in our party.
I do not know what you're talking about.
You hear Levi like speaking under his breath, coward. There were some parts that were more fun than others, but it was nice to not use just books to expand my mind. And if it's not forward, I'd like to possibly join you guys at some point later on, perhaps
Yes.
for more sanctioned field excursions sometime, or
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
You will be wonderful bait.
Meepo.
No, no. Meepo, you should be the bait because you're the quickest.
Meepo,
Yes, but you're the least valuable.
Maze is very valuable. One. And
he
is,
runs away very quickly.
well, I
he's
would
good at it.
argue, a friend at this point.
He's very skilled at it.
No offense to the party, but I feel like I have a certain you see them like move their hair back, kind of like exposing their forehead a little bit and like they sweep back motion. I have certain qualities that you all lack. So if you ever if you all are ever in need of those qualities, please let me know.
Can do.
And with that, Maze, leads you guys out of the White Spire unless you have anything else that you want to do here.
Nothing but wait to scry.
Okay. So Click wanted to go cast Word of Recall. The best place to do that in this city without a temple towards Serenetta is the Druid Tree, because it is the tallest place in the city that is open to the air. It's like
Yeah.
you could go onto the battlements, but those are so locked in with stone and fortifications.
Okay.
To the Druid Tree we go.
That's not the tree you saw, was it?
That would be convenient.
Someone roll a d20, please.
Well, that's ominous.
The tree is the
11.
sorcerer.
No. Couldn't be. I mean, it is an oak tree. But, like, that's all I saw, though.
Is it the same oak tree?
All right, someone roll another d20.
Ah,
Are you doing it, Eric?
trying to. Oh, Oliver did it.
Oliver's got it.
17.
I mean, a tree's a tree, right? It's like, what makes
No.
one oak tree different from a different oak tree? It's like they're.
Completely different structures, branches, sizes,
I mean,
leaves,
it looks similar, but we don't have too many trees in the plane of air.
which should make discerning them very easy.
I mean, a tree looks like a tree to me. I mean, it looks.
The same tree.
I don't know.
Why, God, did we have a stupid scryer?
It's
Levo,
Evo.
you are one, be glad that I can scry at all. Two, that was very rude. Three, I won't heal you in a minute.
And then does he wallop Nepo?
No, he doesn't hit him, but you can he's huffing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
We need you for scrying, and you can't recognize a tree.
You're the one who rolled an 11. If you had rolled higher.
Okay, Logan.
With Click in the lead, you all head towards the Concord.
You just saw this tree like 20 minutes ago.
Nepo, you are being extra mean today.
Levi,
I told you he's a familiar.
Am I?
So what?
If I
He's
knew.
a familiar. He's small, looks like a devil.
What is Levi doing?
So Levi, glad you're back. They have left the White Spire. They learned a bunch of stuff about Mythalar. Sobek is intact, but they can't get him to turn on for some reason. They're going to keep trying. They believe, with the notes that they got from the city, that they can fix the necklace. They scryed a couple times. Sadly, it wasn't a very successful scry. Excuse me. So all Click was able to see through the clouds was a single tree. It was an oak tree.
Okay.
So now that you guys are leaving the White Spire, you guys are headed to the Concord of the Ever Growing. I don't believe this party's been there before. No, Katya has. Katya did some meditation underneath.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody came with me or not.
No, everyone else was either shopping. This was after the Somerset, or not the Somerset, the Moonshay Isles thing, because you were feeling upset because you almost got them killed or something.
Yeah.
It happens.
And I've been just angry all the time.
But you don't feel that way anymore.
We fixed it.
Therapy complete.
Woo. All we needed to do is cast banishment and remove curse.
Till one day it comes back.
To be fair, that is like a level. That's like a level 9 cleric at least.
So yeah, therapy.
Yeah, alright. You guys approach the Concord of the Evergrowing. To describe it to Oliver, so within Waterdeep, there is a odd grove of trees. You know your history well enough to know that Waterdeep was attacked several millennia ago. Sorry, gross.
Gross.
Yep, super gross. Was attacked millennia ago by a horde of dragons. These dragons laid waste to a lot of the city, but there was a group of heroes called the Fighting Four that did their best to help repel them. You can still see marks of the fight that the city intentionally left behind. Like there is a place called the Pit, colloquially, where the barbarian Yara was thrown from a dragon and landed in the ground, creating a deep crater. She did not die, however, and continued to fight on, which is why the actual name of the place is called Iron Will, and it's used as a fighting pit.
Neat.
Told
Yep.
you dragons were bad.
Name seems appropriate.
Yeah. So, in the Concord of the Evergrowing, after the battle, one of the people was a elven druid named Ku. Ku requested that a piece of the destroyed land be set aside for reclamation. He planted an oak tree those many millennia ago, and using druidic magic was able to fortify this area, which is why you see this 300-foot oak towering above you and shading this whole other grove of trees that runs almost as in a circle around the entire area. As you pass beneath the trees, the sunlight's peeking through, and you can see that these trees are of various types. You see nut trees and fruit trees of all kinds that little critters such as your squirrels and your raccoons and such are running amongst them and picking the ones that are ready to eat and before scampering off. Make a quick perception check.
All right, give me a second. Perception.
Gotta find it. Good. I get automatic
Oh,
19.
geez, come on. 7.
19. Because reliable talent.
But one.
You and your damn homebrew ruining my class.
Look, it's not ruining the class. It's like, why would you bother to roll ever?
Because sometimes you need higher than a 19.
I'm just saying, it's like let's have a 5% chance of messing up.
That's all my talent has, Ree. That's all my class has.
Okay. So this person is not trying to hide. In fact, their echoing snores allows Meepo to point them out very quickly. Up in the branches, you see a purple tiefling snoozing the day away. Continuing further in to the Concords, you come into like this center meadow underneath the branches of the oak tree. There's a gentle breeze, and the smell of cool grass fills your nostrils. It is a serene and peaceful place here, not like the smells that you are all used to of the city having, especially you, Oliver, uh, coming from Baldur's Gate.
Mhm.
Looking around, you do see some people dressed in comfortable clothing that looks to be made of like your natural fabrics, your cottons, and and like that seem to be either reading or uh, talking. One of these people, this mousy haired boy that you wouldn't think is older than 10, is holding a squirrel in his hand and seems to be chittering back and forth with it.
Nice.
Click says, "Has anyone else been here before? Because I haven't."
Katya has. Katya is Laura is getting Katya and gosh, my other character confused.
Was it Trim?
Yeah, Trim. Getting Katya and Trim confused because the purple guy recognized him. I think Katya did speak to purple guy. Definitely Push.
You definitely talked to Push.
Yeah.
Purple guy was asleep, but you did not see him. You heard him.
Got you. So that's where I'm at.
Click points up. It's like, are we allowed to go up there?
I'm not going to stop you.
I think we are. Because I was able to go up a little bit to meditate.
Why not just shoot it?
No, I was about to say a lot of it comes with intention, and that intention is wrong.
For you.
Well, I'm not sure how we get up there, so I'll be right back, I guess. Click opens his arms and begins to flap away as he disappears from your sight as he flies up and up before disappearing above the... Is the canopy if it's one tree?
Sure. If it's big enough.
You know what? I think so, but gosh, you've exceeded my ranger knowledge.
I do not know.
Disappearing above the canopy of the oak. You seem to have attracted a few onlookers as you guys are standing here, not wearing any of the garb that they are. You guys clearly stand out in your metal
I'm wearing a toga. Thank you very much.
and just a toga.
Of course. I feel like I would blend right in with druids
Hmm.
in a toga.
Do they seem curious or hostile?
Curious.
I'm clearly a man of the earth.
Yes, that is Meepo.
That is what we think of when we think of Meepo.
Yes. Clearly, by my fashion sense.
In fact, you see that one of the onlookers is that 10-year-old boy. He has gained a second squirrel, and they both appear to be sitting on his shoulders.
Ooh.
He continues to chitter back and forth with them as he stares at you.
I wait.
One of the squirrels like hops off of his shoulder and like walks. It's like skitters, twitching its nose and like smelling you guys as it inches closer.
Do I have a walnut?
You could probably find one, but I wouldn't say you'd have it on your immediate person.
Okay.
Levi, the squirrel kind of hops, gets closer to you. It's like flicks its tail.
Yeah, squirrel stunning club.
It gets close enough to sniff your boot.
Give it the boot.
Don't you dare.
That's it. If you
How
don't
far
move,
can it go?
it starts to climb up your leg. Like it takes one of its tiny little claws and like grabs on the fabric.
Squirrel friend.
How far can you kick it? You know you want to.
It's like it pauses for a second for scrambling all the way up to your back.
Well, now it's going straight for the jugular, obviously.
I think Levi.
Murderous intent.
I
Did
think.
we lose?
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
it was my other character that I had speak with animals, so
The squirrel starts to sniff in your ear.
I grab the squirrel between my thumb and forefinger and the scruff of the neck, and just set it down in front of me.
Okay.
You came very close to a squirrel friend.
All right. The squirrel is so occupied with what it thinks it will find in your ear that you are able to gently put it down. Can you roll an animal handling for me?
11.
The squirrel twists its head a little bit before scampering back to the 10-year-old. He liked you.
You could have had a squirrel friend, Levi.
No.
Okay.
Could have started a stew.
No.
We are not going to eat a pet.
Oh, he's not
That
a pet.
attitude.
He's not a pet. He's just a friend. You know, we both live here.
Pet, friend,
You
same
you ever seen Anchorman?
No,
No.
I haven't.
The movie
What's that?
Anchorman?
What's a
Clearly
movie?
talking out of character, Logan.
You don't change your voice at all.
So, but it's very obvious.
I want to ask the little boy if he'd like to be a squirrel for a little bit.
Oh, I can be a squirrel. It's easy. Watch. Immediately, that mousy brown hair that he has, you see it start popping up all over his body as his clothes get absorbed through the fur. His eyes go from the big browns that they had before to like little beady blacks. As he shrinks, the other two squirrels jump off of him, and before you is a perfect little brown squirrel.
Oh, gods, give me the strength to avoid the temptation.
He's adorable.
So I
Cat-
turn to Meepo, since I know Meepo's thrilled with this, and I cast Polymorph on Meepo and turn him into a squirrel as well.
All right, Meepo, I need you to roll a saving throw. Levi, give me your DC.
What am I saving?
Wisdom.
Katya, the boy squirrel scampers up with his two friends and tries and like they go to put a hand on your boot, but then like once they get a little bit higher up and recognize you're wearing plate, they kind of lose interest and jump off.
Okay.
What am I saving against? I got a 16.
You needed a 17.
Meepo,
Convenient.
suddenly the world, which was already big, becomes a lot bigger.
All right.
You look around, there are squirrels all around you. You have a craving for pine nuts.
All right. This one is gonna be. All right. I'm gonna climb on Levi's leg.
And then I'm gonna look at Oliver and say, where's that pot that we had?
I'm going up his pant leg, by the way, Logan.
Okay, so that sounds like something Levi would try to stop. So
Hey,
let's.
he didn't ask to. He didn't stop the other squirrel.
Would you? Yeah, okay, but the other squirrel wasn't Meepo going with this kind of intent.
What intent? What are you talking about?
I just want to know if Levi's.
Don't divine my
visit.
intents.
Would you try to prevent this one, Levi?
If I figured that, well, I would still try and grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
need
I
a
probably
grapple
need to
check.
do it a little more forcefully.
Okay.
Dex save what I have as a squirrel.
Yep. So this is a grapple check. So I need Levi's athletics against the squirrel's acrobatics or athletics.
What the hell would a squirrel's act? What? Anyone have a stat block for a squirrel?
We might
Go
have to use
Google
a rat.
I'm googling.
Google foo. Dex
I am
is
looking
plus
for
1,
Acrobatics is plus
plus
5.
5. Okay. Now, so what does Levi need to beat?
I got a 17.
Okay, so Meepo Squirrel gets picked up by Levi.
Oh, actually, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saves, not
Yeah, I guess
checks.
then the savings are fine. Okay.
So, Levi, you now have Scruff by the scruff Meepo Squirrel.
I'll just hold him there, out away from me, and walk towards Katya and say, "Here you go. Here's a since you seem to be his mount or his keeper."
I take the squirrel.
Okay, Meepo, what do you do as you were handed off from, from Levi to
I'm
Katya?
held. So what am I even?
Well, your speed
able
is
to-
0. You can attempt to break that.
I do not think I'm gonna strike to break. Freaking! I have a
You might
negative
be
4 for strength.
Okay, you are not stronger than Levi. Wow, that's odd to say.
Negative 4. Strength of 2.
So, you are then handed to Katya. So, assuming Katya grapples you, you probably won't get away. But you could also acrobatics out of this, Meepo.
I look at Levi and I ask why we don't just turn him back into Meepo.
Can I bite myself, Logan?
Would you like? I thought he'd want to play with the other squirrels.
Can I
I-
bite myself?
I put Meepo down.
All right. Katya puts Meepo down. You see, Meepo, you begin to gnaw on your hand, and it bites you just enough to turn you back into Meepo.
Yeah, I got 1 hit point, so it'll be hard.
Yeah.
Technically, I could do 0. I have a 1d4 minus 1, so I could technically do 0 damage.
Left to your own devices, you definitely get 1.
And guys, I'm sorry. I gotta go with it going on at 10 o'clock.
All right, we'll wrap
Gonna
up.
pull an Ant-Man and Thanos. Damn it.
All right.
Future.
So since Click comes back to this
D&D
site
around.
of squirrels, and um, that is where we can end the session as Click remarks. So the sanctuary set up there, but you guys, we might want to go up there anyways.
Oh. Okay.
It's just like I saw something strange.